go. And this is DJ Taya live at Gen Con interviewing Alex Yeager with Mayfair Games. Alex, can you tell us a little bit about Mayfair and the products you provide?
Well, sure. Mayfair is one of the kind of long-term companies in the industry. We've been around for over 30 years. We started out really as, we made our initial name on railroad games, and we're still the largest producer of transportation games in the world. But beyond that, we really, obviously most people know us probably as the publishers of the Settlers of Catan here in the U.S., but we have about 100 games or so in our line. So we have a variety of games, and mostly for the family market, we aim for that sort of sweet spot of a game that a family would play. Kids might play with their parents. We have some heavier games. We certainly have the 1830s in our line, as well as we have something like Elk Fest, which is a simple dexterity flick the stone game. So we try to kind of bridge the entire spectrum from easy to hard and keep the variety up. So.
Well, like you said, Catan's actually one of them you're most well known for. I can see tournaments and everything going on right now.
We have a lot of Catan represented at Gen Con this year. We have several tournaments all feeding into the North American Championship, which is held on Saturday and Sunday here.
Nice.
And of course, next year will be the World Championship, which will be qualifiers at both Origins and Gen Con, as well as a variety of qualifying events across the U.S. All of that will feed into two people who will be chosen at Origins and Gen Con next year to travel to Europe for the Europe, where this year the Worlds are in Europe. So our partner Cosmos is going to be doing that. So this year's the North Americans, next year will be Worlds, and the winner of the North Americans here will automatically have their ticket punched to go next year to the World Championship. So.
Nice. And you're actually doing, besides your tournament, you're also doing a charity event with Will Wheaton.
We're doing a couple of big events. Yeah, tonight is the charity event with Will Wheaton. It's a $100 ticket, and it's the opportunity it'll be 48 players, and we'll play down in 2 rounds, so we have 3 people left. Those 3 people will play with Will Wheaton on our giant Star Trek Catan set and in public, just for a chance to win fame and glory and honor and the chance to play with Will. And then, of course, tomorrow is the big game, which will be a 1,000-person single game of Catan, which will be
I was about to get to that one, the one for the Guinness Book of World Records.
That's indeed correct, yeah. So it'll be a very long, if you can imagine, this would be like a continuous ribbon loop. It'll be long runs of tables. It'll be islands, and everyone will be kind of paired up with each other on either side of an island. But there'll be an island next to you on your left and to your right, and those players are all players that you can trade with. It'll be one long table, so all these islands will alternate A, B, C, all the way down the table. At the end of the table, you're trading with the person at the end of the next table over. So we have somebody who'll be running those ends, and it'll go all the way down. And then we have 2 people with walkie-talkies on either end of the room who will connect the far end of that table to the far end of this table. And so effectively, yeah, if we get a full event, and right now we're under 80 tickets, I think, left to sell for this event.
Nice.
We will have 1,012 people all playing a single game of Catan.
Now that's actually going to be pretty awesome to get to see.
That is going to be pretty cool. And for those people that are playing in it, it's a $10 ticket. But for that $10 ticket, they're going to get a custom, this event only set of development cards for Catan. They're going to get a custom set of wood in 6 colors that we don't use as part of our regular wood sets. So it'll be a special piece of both Catan and Seafarer's wood. And they're going to get to take home the map that they play on, either the actual piece of paper that they played on or a fresh one, depending on if you win, you can choose which one of those you want. So everyone's going to go home with a bunch of stuff that no one else in the world is going to have. And ideally, we're going to go home as Mayfair with a world record.
Now see, that's actually going to be pretty cool to get to watch. And you said that's tomorrow?
That's tomorrow at 6 o'clock at the JW Marriott, White River Ballroom.
Nice. I will actually have to make it to at least
Very
get
cool.
pictures.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that Mayfair's coming up, new games, things like that you can tell us about?
Sure. Well, Mayfair, we always try and get a few games out the door at one of these, and so, and this Gen Con is no exception. We have a reprint that we've been very excited to get out the door, which is The Downfall of Pompeii. It's a game that's been out of print for us for a couple of years, but it's a game a lot of people look forward to. They miss their little plastic volcano and the ability to throw people into it. So Pompeii is back out for this one. We did an expansion, a map set for Star Trek Catan. So for the people that have purchased Star Trek Catan, we now have what's called the Federation Space Map set, and it's modeled after in the original series. If you went into Captain Kirk's quarters, he had a star map up on the wall of his quarters, and this map set is based on that. It's 2 playable maps for Catan, and it comes with a little booklet, which is basically a almanac to all of the different, because all the planets are planets that actually appeared in the series, and the almanac tells you about what happened on all those planets. So it's a really nice little who's who almanac of planets that were mentioned in the series. We also have a global business game called Global Mogul that's out here, and that's kind of a world domination through business strategy as opposed to guns and warfare game.
Similar to Monopoly, I take it.
No, it's more of a business game in the sense that you have a limited amount of workers and you're trying to send these workers out to gain resources in other countries, bringing those resources back to fulfill contracts. So it's kind of a money engine game that you're trying to become more and more effective at collecting resources and having these abilities in order to fulfill contracts better. And then finally, the one thing we didn't quite make it to the show, but we're really excited about, is a game called Asgard's Chosen. It'll be out at the end of the month, and it's our first foray into a deck-building style game, though not a true deck builder. It's really a game about area control and a strong player versus player element as well, where you're using a deck-building mechanic to effectively take over lands and move. You have 2 heroes, a male and a female Norse hero, who are running around this board, trying to take over lands and beat each other up. And so that game will be out at the end of the month. We didn't quite make it, but we are demoing it here in our area.
Nice. I will actually have to get a look at that and probably a couple pictures while I'm still here.
Cool.
I honestly cannot think of anything else off the top of my head. Is there anything you'd like to tell our listeners about Mayfair?
Nope. Other than really, we've really had it's been a good year for us. We've been excited about the stuff we've come out. We have a really interesting slate of stuff next year. Of course, we're active on Facebook and Twitter. You can go onto our Instagram. You can get on our Pinterest. All the social media spots right now. You can find out a little bit more about what we're doing right now and what we got coming up. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.